Yeah, I thought we could just be present today and see what comes through rather than going into it with a kind of idea, unless somebody has something that they want to suggest. Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay. We'll just do that then. I've got the light green today. Does it look green? It's a bit sort of strange, but the green's for healing. So
Supposed to be the heart and the screen in the heart chakra.
Heart, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah.
And the green ray.
Yeah. Okay.
It always seems to me as if you're deep underwater.
It's a little bit like that in this room. It's quite a kind of cozy little room. And I've got Mother Willow out there close by, and it always feels like she's putting her arms over the room. So, yeah. Okay. Right. Let's just go in. Let's feel like we're breathing in. And as we breathe in, it's almost like our outside is becoming inside. So we're coming from being conscious of everything outside of us and focused on what's happening around us. We're just breathing that back inside. As if all the surface area on the outside of us, our energy and our perception, our awareness is all being drawn in. Just feeling how that feels. Like tentacles. Like a sea creature that begins to unfurl and open up, and all those inner places and inner spaces and understandings start to open up. We don't even need to try and feel it. It just is already there. There's a presence, an openness. Realizing that it's a receptivity. Like a kaleidoscope, as we become aware of one space, another space opens up, and then another. And every time it's faster, softer, more gentle. Just focusing on the softness for a minute. Just how soft it is inside of us. How quiet. How the stillness and the softness are the same thing. And they're the same as the openness. And it's all the same as the receptivity. It's almost as if there's no more time in this place. And there's not even a sense of space. And there's no need to define how it feels or turn it into a word. There's no need to perceive at all, in fact. Just allowing, becoming aware, being curious. About how it feels not to perceive, how it is not to perceive. And the sense of not being alone. And the memory that we didn't create ourselves. And how that is. How it is to remember that. And there's a clarity. As if we don't need to breathe anymore. We don't need to function biologically. Because our spirit is always there. There's a feeling of readiness, of being ready to fully open, to fully open ourselves to the spirit that we are. There's no need to try to push anything. It's just there. It's always just there. It's all there is. Just feeling that relief, the ease, of knowing that. Let's go back to that feeling of not being alone. And how anchored that feels. And just experimenting with the feeling of sharing. And not only sharing, but having been created. And how powerful that is. The invitation to meet ourselves, to meet who we are fundamentally. To accept ourselves. To accept how brilliant we are, how powerful, how creative, because we're not separate. Because we don't need to be separate. Because of how much we love to share. And how much opportunity there is to share. And feeling the joy of being enfolded into the family. A family of one heart, the family of unconditional love. And becoming aware of how much brighter we are, how much more brightly we can shine in the light of that oneness. And how much more brightly we can see the light in others. When we join ourselves fully. And just letting that light shine away all of the conditions and the fears and the rules and the memories and the limitations that we imagine ever applied to us. And feeling again that incredible purity of spirit. That's all we are. That's all we are, and it's everything. All in one. Becoming aware of how our spirit is one with all spirits. What does that feel like? And realizing that it's beyond feeling. That it just is. Ever expanding. In this place of perfection. Let's ask that our spiritual eye be opened. And feel the beauty of it. Infinite sensitivity. Sense of being full. Of receiving. Of overflowing. So that we give naturally. Because we have so much. Let's join our eyes together because they were never apart. And feel the joy that brings our heart to share the vision. The vision of truth. And feeling how every moment we soak ourselves in love. For each other and from each other. Let's trust that this knowing this truth will always be the center of our awareness. So even when we open our eyes and we come back into the physical world, into the external world as we know it, that our anchor is here, and everything that we do and everything that we say and perceive will be guided by this anchor. It will influence more and more our perception. And just feeling the peace of that. How endlessly peaceful that is. We can open our eyes, and if anyone wants to share their experience. I muted everyone, so you'll have to unmute. Amazing how short it feels, isn't it?
Yeah, it did feel really short. That's really good.
Half an hour.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, thank you. Very peaceful now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Mm.
How peaceful it is. I really like the idea of taking everything from the outside to the inside.
Mm. Yeah. There's a sea creature that I don't know if I imagined it, but I'm sure I've seen a video of it. It's like a sort of tube, and the outside goes inside and comes back outside and inside and outside. And it's kind of like that sort of feeling. How are you feeling?
I really felt when you were talking about at the end, us coming together. I could feel my heart, and then what I was seeing, the light I was like a sparkling magenta. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I really felt that. I feel like there's so much potential in that. Just that idea of, especially at the moment for me, the one about having been created. Like, that's really powerful somehow. Because I think maybe like the separation that we feel is based on this sense of being, having created ourselves, being like autonomous. And it's not that. So it's like really amazing to just somehow come to terms with that, or investigate it in some way. It feels really, really powerful.
Yeah, it's kind of paradoxical because you'd think there would be more, all this potential and the idea that you can be anything you want to be, but actually there's just fear there because then you've had this constant pressure not to to be the right thing, or not, or guilt about not being what, this or that, or it's like you constantly have to make a choice. But there's so much more freedom in just knowing that what you are is unchanging.
Yeah, I suppose it's like, because you're not anchored to anything when you're like separate like that. You don't have a source. And maybe it's just because that really is how it is, so we do genuinely feel like fear when we think that we're separate, because it's just not how it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible. Yeah.
Such a funny thing that we've kind of done that, like, so it's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.